So like this, just come onto my knees for a moment. And I see around the room that a lot of us are already conscious of this, so what are we doing? As soon as we lift our arms, we're pressing our shoulders down, which is one of the instructions that I've started to give because that's what we need to do. But what are we actually doing? We're not actually pushing them down from the top. What are we doing? We're pulling them down from the bottom, right? When you press your shoulder down, what's doing the work? It's not anything up here. Up here is holding the arm up. What's doing the work is the shoulder blade drawing down. That's what's holding the shoulder blade down. But we've sort of got that one now so that we do that. But what's holding the arms up? All the muscles in the top of the arm. The deltoid, the trapezius muscle, left scapula. So as soon as you take the arms into this position, this is what's being activated. And if there's no consciousness to go the other way, we're just going to carry all of that up with us, right? So the only difference that I would sort of make is to extend the arms, now turn the hands, palms to the ceiling, but do the movement from the shoulder blade rotating down. And now when we take the arms up, the collarbones broad. And just shoulders softly down. But again, look for the movement of the shoulder blade towards the back. Once it embraces the back body with the support of the abdominal muscles, then the spine is carried into extension. And then if we go the other way and press down, and release. There was only one little addition to that one. And then we could find this. And if I'm conscious of taking my arm up and keeping the collarbone broad, and I actually find these days to me that this is a better reference point than shoulder blade down, because it accomplishes the same action. If you feel the collarbone broadening, you can feel what's happening to the shoulder blade. But it's not as severe as this idea that we have to pull our shoulder blades down our back. You just need to broaden the collarbone. You know, so you're going to take your arm out, find your collarbone. Lift the arm, the higher you lift the arm, the more the inner arm is going to move towards the side of your neck, right? Find the collarbone and broaden it. Now you get space again. Lift a little higher, broaden it a little more. You preserve space. So you're still serving the function of the shoulder blade engaging the back, carrying the spine to extension, but you're not collapsing the arm to the side of your neck. You extend your arm forward. Take your hand on the top of your arm. Now slowly pick your arm up off the floor. That's what the deltoids do, right? So they will tend to stay in that pattern if they've been encouraged to be in that pattern. But as you start to release the weight of the arm and the shoulder blade towards the back even a little bit, then they start to soften. And then if you encourage that action to be a little bit stronger, then they, in a sense, sort of stay soft. But the moment you start to pick them up again and engage that pattern, then they'll start to harden.
Being comfortable in that pose, like I felt blissful in that pose, which hasn't really happened to me in years and years of doing that posture. Like it just all sort of connected, and I felt like I could sit in that pose or be in that pose for quite some time. So I'm not sure what just happened here this morning, but it was pretty incredible. I just felt really.
Well, you know, I've heard this all the time. You know, it's like I want to address that experience, and if somebody tells me that they've had that experience in my class, I'm ecstatic. You know? I mean, absolutely, because I feel that then somehow that person has got a real profound sense of what yoga can actually contribute. It's not what I'm seeing out there in the world at this time. You know? I get the feeling that people think they're supposed to be suffering when they do yoga. And if I help them and I adjust them, and all I'm doing, I'm taking a look at all of the stress in their bodies, and I'm trying to alleviate that stress and balance everything out. And then I'll take them out of the pose and ask them how they feel, and they feel, well, it didn't hurt. Okay, yeah, didn't hurt. Sounds good to me, no? You know, it's like shock. I'm not in pain. Am I doing yoga? What's wrong with me? I'm not feeling any pain anymore. And I think, wow, what an interesting statement in our society at this time, and the way that we're being taught. It's, you know, so I don't know, I find sometimes people are absolutely obsessed over things and poses, but I just look to relieve stress and create balance. And then from there on, if the experience can go deeper, then that's great. But at least at that point, so if I see suffering in the elbows, suffering in the shoulders and downward dog, it's the first thing I'm going to address. And any other notion I might have about perfection in that pose, I don't really care about it, because that's what I want to address first, Okay, let me explain this in a musical kind of a way, because I've been in different musical communities or whatever, but sometimes people try and play things really fast, not particularly well, but really fast. And so really, if you can't play something well and slowly, you can't play it well and quickly either. And so this is what my answer would be to the sort of like throwing yourself at poses. I mean, they're complex actions, and we haven't even given ourselves half a chance. Can we practice these poses quickly once we know what we're doing? Absolutely. It's tempo. That's the only difference. But to introduce somebody that's never played music before to a really quick tempo and expect anything to happen other than just a mess, it's unrealistic. And so I would feel exactly the same way about teaching people a really challenging and difficult yoga practice, having them do it as quickly as they possibly can. I'm asking for trouble. It's a recipe for disaster, and it's usually what I see. And then I find that when there isn't a depth of instruction available, then we'll try and heighten the experience by making everybody do it really quickly. Right? So rather than have a deep and full experience, I've had a quick and exhausting experience, but at least I've had an experience.
Because in this practice we tend to be goal-oriented and what we can accomplish in a certain period of time.
Well, I think it's good to look at the degree to which yoga intersects with our society. And what are we serving? The sort of so-called values of society, or are we serving the so-called values and the qualities of yoga? And I think that this crossover is a really interesting place to sort of look at, because I find that again we take this sort of like kind of semi-military patriarchal paranoia into just about everything that we do. So it's like everything must be done with a large barking dog beside you. You're never actually allowed to enjoy anything in your life. It's like there's always somebody's got to be telling you what to do. You're not good enough, It's like, so never are we allowed to have a full and complete experience,